Kia MVP ladder, Luka Dončić enters top 5 amid torrid stretch. Luka Dončić is putting pressure on the top Kia MVP contenders with his play since returning from injury on December 1st. He sat out Thursday's game with a heel injury, but make no mistake, Luka Dončić has a firm foot on a rung of the MVP ladder and climbing. The Kia MVP ladder committee welcomes the Dallas Mavericks guard to the top 5 family, a reward for a strong December where he's averaging 30.8 points, 10.7 rebounds and 9.3 assists per game. He's also shooting 52% overall and 43% on three-pointers this month as Christmas Day approaches. He and the Mavs will face the Minnesota Timberwolves on December 25th, the team Dončić bounced from the playoffs last spring. Otherwise, the ladder remains pretty much unchanged. After Christmas Day, the next major checkpoint will be All-Star Weekend, followed by the home stretch of the regular season. Maybe by then, we'll learn whether this is cemented as a two-man race among former MVPs who currently command the top 2 spots, or someone blasts through to win his first award. Someone such as Luka? Setting the stage this week, the hoop holiday season will be in full effect in Denver and Phoenix, where the Nuggets and Suns play twice, the day before Christmas Eve, then Christmas Day. This of course showcases a pair of ex-MVPs in Nikola Jokic and Kevin Durant. Their teams sink or swim with them. The Suns are 1-9 this season without Durant, and the Nuggets' offensive and defensive efficiency ratings are drastically opposite when the Joker rests. The stat to know: the top 3 leaders' names on our list, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, are each averaging 30-plus minutes a game. What they are saying, when you talk about Luka's ability to have the handprint that he can have on the game in a sense of passing, rebounding, and scoring, he does all 3 at a very high level. Mavericks coach Jason Kidd on Luka Dončić. 1. Nikola Jokic, Denver Nuggets. Last ladder, number 1. Season stats: 31.0 ppg, 13.0 rpg, 9.8 apg. His case: as the regular season approaches the all-important Christmas Day checkpoint, nobody else in the league ranks among the top 3 in scoring, rebounds, and assists. It's a historic start that still cannot be ignored and gives the ladder edge to the Joker. And Jokic needed a historic start to hold off number 2 on the ladder, coming off a great weekend spent in Las Vegas where he won a lot of money. 2. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Milwaukee Bucks. Last ladder, number 2. Season stats: 32.7 ppg, 11.5 rpg, 6.1 apg. His case: he was the biggest player in the biggest game of the year, the Emirates NBA Cup title match against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Typical of his play all season, Antetokounmpo was a giant at both ends of the floor, punishing OKC with downhill drives to the hoop and delivering key defensive stops. Should he be number 1? It's a worthy debate, for sure. He's that close. And maybe another solid week will put him over the top before the calendar flips to 2025 and the MVP ladder takes an even more serious turn. 3. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Oklahoma City Thunder. Last ladder, number 3. Season stats: 30.5 ppg, 5.4 rpg, 6.3 apg. His case: Shai hauled the Thunder to the Emirates NBA Cup championship. In the quarterfinals, he outplayed the Mavericks and Dončić, who got the best of him in last year's playoffs. Shai had his worst game of the season in the Cup championship. That said, his season should hardly be confined to one sour night. 4. Luka Dončić, Dallas Mavericks. Last ladder, number 6. Season stats: 28.9 ppg, 8.6 rpg, 8.2 apg. His case: Dončić rebounded from a subpar showing against Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder in the NBA Cup knockout rounds with one of the most impactful performances of anyone this season, a November 13, 45 line in a shootout win versus the Warriors on Sunday. Since returning from a wrist injury a few weeks ago, Dončić is averaging more than 30 points, on more efficient shooting, 10 rebounds, 9 assists and 2 steals per game. That latter number is important because it shows some growth defensively, which until lately was an issue with him. 5. Jason Tatum, Boston Celtics. Last ladder, number 4. Season stats, 28.3 ppg, 9.0 rpg, 5.5 apg. His case: he dropped 34 points on the Bucks last week to temporarily put a halt to Milwaukee's surge, and was the most productive player on a floor shared with Antetokounmpo. With a mildly competitive upcoming schedule between now and the end of the calendar year, Tatum could supersize his already impressive scoring, rebounds and assists numbers. The next 5. 6. Karl Anthony Towns, New York Knicks. 7. Anthony Davis, Los Angeles Lakers. 8. Victor Wembanyama, San Antonio Spurs. 9. Trae Young, Atlanta Hawks. 10. Tyler Herro, Miami Heat. And 5 more, listed alphabetically: James Harden, LA Clippers; Donovan Mitchell, Cleveland Cavaliers; Jaylen Brown, Boston Celtics; Jaren Jackson Jr., Memphis Grizzlies; Alperen Sengun, Houston Rockets.